All right, Pigskin Politics, Super Bowl weekend.
Yep. Didn't do one last weekend because it was just Pro Bowl, and
who cares, honestly?
Honestly, we watched probably about 5 minutes of that, and it was just awful. The Pro Bowl, just no one tackles, no one cares. The events are kind of cool to watch. Like some of the skills are kind of cool to watch, but the Pro Bowl itself,
garbage.
It's garbage, man. It's
and
so
if you ever want to bet on it, AFC always wins. Doesn't matter how bad everyone's doing. It's just what it is.
And congratulations, the AFC won.
Yeah, 33-38, but that sounds like a cool score until you watch the game. It was pathetic.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But aside the fact, Kansas City, San Francisco, Super Bowl.
We predicted that, at least last week. We knew.
Yeah.
I figured San Fran would trounce Green Bay. I might have said that it'd be closer, but I didn't give Green Bay
a
chance.
I didn't even watch that entire game. As soon as the Niners got up like 2 scores, I knew it was over. I knew, because they beat them so badly before, I knew Green Bay they didn't feel like that good of a team.
No.
And they showed they weren't. And the Niners were on a roll, and it's like, I already know this is going to be a blowout. I don't even watch the game because it was a bad game.
It really was. I remember leaving before even the end of the half, where it was like, all right, the Packers need to score now, and I think it was 14-0, 17-0, to at least have a shot, and they fumbled, gave up a field goal. I left by that point, and I remember looking it up at halftime and seeing they actually gave up 2 scores by that point. I'm like, 27-0. That's perfect.
Didn't Rodgers fumble immediately
cares?
after something? I don't know. I didn't watch it all.
It wasn't worth it. It was a pathetic game from what I did see. Props to the Niners. The better team won. Simple as that.
Yep.
I cannot applaud Green Bay for their performance. I didn't think they really deserved to be there, but it is what it is. Easy ticket for San Fran to the Super Bowl, and now they're there.
Mm-hmm.
On the flip side, I did like the AFC Championship game.
It was a good game for about a half and maybe part of the third, and then it kind of get it away. But it was a good game, I feel like.
I liked that game because Titans came out swinging. They showed that they deserved to be
there. They put
there.
up a fight, and Kansas City was just like...
And it wasn't even... Yeah,
all right.
Wasn't KC just owning it. KC had to earn their way, and I think KC was up 10 points, and then it was just a dime from Mahomes to Watkins to give it a 3-score lead, and at that moment...
It was over.
It was overwhelmingly happy because it was a good game up till that point. It was just... Finally, a team earned their way into the Super Bowl in the AFC.
Yeah, you could tell.
Finally,
you could tell it's Mahomes' year. Like the way he's playing, the way he's played through the playoffs, it's incredible.
He may break the Madden curse. Honestly,
he did get hurt for 3 weeks, but
and that attributed
still has a good year, and they're still in the Super Bowl. So, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. And he's not playing a backup quarterback, so he can't Tom Brady that shit.
If they lost the Super Bowl, they're like, okay, that might be Madden curse. Maybe.
Like I said, he's not playing a backup quarterback, so he can't Tom Brady that shit. But it was a well-pitched game, both them, Titans, Chiefs, and I'm just glad to see the Chiefs there. They proved they're the team deserving to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they had a really good team this year.
Absolutely. So, on that note, props to both those teams. It's an all-red Super Bowl, and I like that it's a Super Bowl we've never seen before. It's been a little bit.
It's nice not having the Patriots there for the bazillionth time.
Especially considering the Patriots don't even earn their way in half the time.
They look like they could have missed the playoffs at some point this year without their defense having that easy schedule. Beside the fact, whatever.
Yeah, but... All right. The real important shit is it's the Super Bowl, okay?
It's sad because football is going to be effectively over for...
About 2 full months.
When free agency starts, that's basically when shit starts getting real. And then the draft is... I love the freaking draft. I'm going to go to the draft this year, but...
Yeah.
And then preseason. It's not a long offseason, it feels like, if you really follow football throughout the offseason, and if you get into the draft and you get into free agency and you get into offseason programs and whatever, but...
I'll pay more attention to the draft this year.
I know, but if you're just sad until preseason starts, not even then until week 1, then it's a long off season.
It really is. But I think it'll be good for whoever wins the Super Bowl get that out of their system, because both these teams have been in a bit of a lull. San Fran hasn't been a contender since
6 years, man.
Steve Young, 1993, against the Chargers.
No, they won the Super Bowl in 2012.
They were there. They didn't do it. They didn't win. The Chiefs, though, they haven't even been to the show in 50 years.
But I feel like they've been a team relevant in the last 7 years in a row, because they're always amidst the playoffs or in the playoffs. They don't make it far. Last year, lost in the AFC Championship game, but Andy Reid's a good coach, great coach.
I respect the crap out of him.
I do. Every year he puts up an incredible team, and I just feel like Patrick Mahomes is just perfect for him, perfect for his offense.
And I love how all of his assistant coaches go off and do well themselves. Like, everyone always tries to pick the Patriots, and then those coaches fail. But Andy Reid, Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. Riverboat Ron went to a Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure, Harbaugh was under him too at one point?
In Philadelphia,
yeah.
And he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, so he's actually who people should be trying to imitate. Andy Reid is a brilliant man, and I think he finally got over the hump, so to speak.
He got the monkey off his back.
Yeah.
And now he's here, and I actually think they win the Super Bowl.
You're going with the Chiefs. You hate the Chiefs. I'm surprised to hear this.
I do, but I was going to pick the Niners until I really thought about this game, because this is going to be a good game, straight up. I mean, Kansas City, they got the ultimate offense, basically. This is what their offense. This is a real offense. Holy crap, Patrick Mahomes is freaking incredible. They got receivers and deep threats all over the field, and Andy Reid's just incredible at drawing up good plays.
Yeah.
If you can't drop 35 points on the Chiefs, you're probably not going to win. But the Niners have a great counter, because their defense has been really freaking good in the playoffs this year. As good as Mahomes has been good offensively, the Niners have been that good defensively in the playoffs and throughout the season this year. However, here's the deciding factor, the X factor for me, is Patrick Mahomes between the two teams, because Jesus Christ, just watching him play sometimes, it looks like he's about to just run away and throw the ball away, and he just took him 30 yards. But what the heck, man? Whereas Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have that. He needs a run game, needs a defense. Jimmy's fine, but he's not Mahomes.
No.
He's not even on the same planet as Mahomes. Damn. He might be the best quarterback I've ever seen.
Mahomes is a delight to watch. I've said that since the first year I saw him start. I actually thought the Chiefs would be bad that year starting under Mahomes, but over these last 2 years, I've just eaten so much crow. He's basically pulled a full-on Marino, a quarterback I respect more than any other quarterback. Literally, his second year starting, he's in the Super Bowl right now. But he doesn't have to go...
Should have been his first, too.
Should have been his first. But he doesn't have to go up against Joe Montana. He has to go against Jimmy Garoppolo. That's not a problem for him. Mahomes, just these last 2 weeks, averaged, 40 points a game? Dropped 50 on the Texans after trailing. So even if you take a lead on them...
24-0 trailing.
Even if you take a lead on them, they don't care. They still got what it takes. But what really impressed me was the performance they put up against the Titans. The Titans, you get a lot over the Niners defense through the playoffs this year. They played the Vikings and the Packers, two teams I kind of don't feel either was particularly good. I think that was the two easiest teams in the playoffs, because the Vikings showed up, played the Saints, and then they played like crap. The Packers shouldn't have even beat the Seahawks, and then they got there and got their asses whooped. So I didn't feel that was a good gauge for the Niners. I think they could have beaten several teams, but those teams was a shoo-in, even though I picked the Vikings.
Even though the Ravens beat the Niners, I felt like the Niners could have won that game.
But you say the Niners were the best defensive team in the playoffs. The only team comparative to them was the Titans, and arguably better. They stopped the Ravens, who were the number one offense, and they completely shut down the Pats as well. And we all know the Pats' offense wasn't very good this year, but they outdueled them defensively too. And
maybe the Ravens, but I don't know if they're just better or just had a good game, and that was just fortunate for them, because the Niners' defense is real, dude.
Oh, I know.
They got playmakers.
My point, so is the Titans. And
I think the Niners is better. The Niners is better, dude.
I'm saying they're comparable.
Yeah.
And that didn't stop the Chiefs at all. They still rattled off, 34, 37 points, punched their ticket to the Super Bowl by the third quarter. And it was a great showing. I, too, think the Chiefs win. It's Mahomes' year. He earned it. He deserves it. And among all the games the Chiefs lost this year, lion's share of them were when Mahomes was injured. Mahomes looks fresh. He looks strong. And the biggest issue everyone had with the Chiefs last year, or not everyone, but I guess we had with the Chiefs, was their defense didn't look very good last year.
No, but now their defense is okay.
Turned a corner. It's doing well. And the number one run defense, Patriots, couldn't stop Derrick Henry. What were you guys? What were the Ravens? Top 3?
They were pretty good.
Couldn't stop Derrick Henry.
No.
The Chiefs of all team found a way to shut Derrick Henry down.
I think their D-line's better than the Ravens and the Patriots D-line, though. I think that's what the turning point was, because they had, was it D Ford and who was their other tackle there? Whatever. They have a better D-line.
The Chiefs are who finally managed to stop the premier running back in the playoffs. And now we're hearing a lot about Raheem Mostert. Wasn't he basically an unknown going
but
into that
Mostert
championship?
and Derrick Henry are different.
Oh, completely.
Way different. Mostert's tiny and fast, where Derrick Henry's like 265 and like 6'4", dude.
I'd still rather go against Mostert. I mean, and Derrick Henry, you can't.
I mean, that's scary.
Derrick Henry was unstoppable, and the Chiefs, of all the defenses, stopped him.
The one where it's like, this is probably the worst defense, and oh my God, they beat them.
Right? So, you got a strength, the Niners, and the Chiefs also got a fine run game. They have players up the wazoo.
I don't even think they need a run game when you're past game of Mahomes.
Hell, Kelsey,
Jesus, man.
You got Kelsey,
Cheetah, what's his name?
Hill?
Yes.
Yeah, you got Kelsey, you got Hill, and if you can somehow have enough defenders to cover those two, Watkins will burn you for an 80-yard score when you're trying to claw
because
back.
you got a guy you basically need a double team, and another guy you probably have to double team, and then you're running out of guys.
They also have a varied offense. One thing that gets a lot of respect for the Chiefs is Damian Williams and how they made him emerge. He used to be a Dolphins running back. He was always fine, but they implement him in just such a way where it really plays to his strengths. He'll, go out, catch a wheel route, some crap. But, a lot of times when you have your backup running back in, they don't expect you to run it. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs do to him actually a lot more than you'd expect. And he'll rip off good 10, 12-yard chunk plays. He'll punish you for it. He's not a bad runner.
They're just so scared of the deep threats.
Exactly.
They're just so afraid of Mahomes. They're afraid to stack the box. They don't know what's coming.
Right. So they're a very hard offense to read. And that's the thing. This is the number one defense versus the number one offense. Sure. Statistically speaking, this has happened. I had a number, but I forgot it. Let's say 10 times before. I don't actually know, but I do know that the defense typically wins. I think it's 70% of the time. Exactly.
Not this time. If San Francisco wants to win, the way they should win is just study the shit out of game film. Just study what they do. Be prepared.
They're going to need to Astros that shit.
Yeah, but for Kansas City, just be yourselves. Just let Mahomes do his Drew Brees things. There's no other quarterback that could come from behind so quickly than Drew Brees, and now it's all of a sudden Patrick Mahomes.
That's the thing. I mean, I want to try and give the Niners credit where it's due. Their run game is great.
They have a great team.
The Chiefs are a good counter against run game. The Niners defense is phenomenal. One of the best I've seen in a long fucking time. Or wrong non-swear word time.
That defense is real.
But that hasn't mattered against the Chiefs yet. They still rack up the points. They'll rack up 28 points in a quarter. That's happened multiple times this year.
Last year in the AFC Championship game, they scored 31 points in the second half.
Yeah. Even when you shut them down, they're not dead. How do you stop a team like that?
Andy Reid. That's why. He is just so good at just countering. So you got to stop Andy Reid.
Yeah.
You got to study film. You got to really, really know what they're doing and come in prepared. I think that's the only way San Francisco is going to win, is they have to come in prepared.
And who's Kyle? It's
Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan. And he's a fine coach too. But I give Andy Reid the
way
edge.
Better than I thought he was going to be, because last year they were 4-12. How are these guys so hyped? Because the year before, same thing. They were hyped and they went 4-12 that year. I'm like, this is who you're hyping up, 4-12 team. Come
to
on.
their credit, we were
Come
wrong.
on.
Niners were a good team this year.
Yeah.
But are they good enough to knock off the Chiefs? And the Chiefs, this is some straight dynasty looking shit.
Yeah. They're going to be good for a while.
I mean, hell, there were games this year without Mahomes that Chiefs looked fine. Like the Vikings had like an 8-game win streak. Chiefs knocked them off. They're a team that can win in spite of all of their weapons. And of course, they have all of their weapons.
And the holy grail of weapons.
And
Mahomes.
crap. I mean, hell, I gotta even give credit to the Chiefs defense. I actually think their defense will shut down George Kittle. I think someone will finally do it because Chiefs run it, offenses and defenses against each other. That team is used to having to deal with an amazing defense. Tight end.
Put Terrell Suggs out.
Straight up. Like, they get to practice against Kelsey every single week, and now you got George Kittle coming to town. I wouldn't be scared if I always practice against Kelsey. And that's...
I don't know, dude, because even if you practice, you're still good.
Oh,
I mean, you
exactly.
can practice and you're still
but
getting your butt kicked, you know, but...
Well, it can happen. I'm just saying they should be better prepared.
Are you saying Kels is better than Kittle, or...?
Of course, I think Kelsey's the best tight end in the league.
Kittle's pretty damn good, too. Though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. They're both top 3. I know I crapped on Kittle earlier in the year, but in his second year...
Who would be your third?
Well, my second's Olsen.
Your second is Olsen?
Mm-hmm. Olsen's a really good tight end.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's just... And then you go down the line. You got a defense that wasn't very good but still managed to stop the best run game in the postseason. And then you even got special teams. Harrison Butker's pretty automatic. They generated turnovers on special teams plays. They didn't allow a lot of points to yards to punts or kickoffs. They're just a well-rounded team, and I guess finally it comes down to Mahomes and Garoppolo, and
they finally figured out something viable on defense.
Yeah, and straight up, I mean, we may have been wrong about the Niners as a whole, but I feel like everyone's starting to come around that Garoppolo was overrated all along. It is 100%
more and more on
his
NFL
one game
games.
and his defense.
More and more I'm seeing it. But we've been saying it since
last
summer.
We were wrong about the Niners, but I think we were right about Garoppolo. Can the Niners win this game?
No, the reason we thought the Niners were overrated was because of Garoppolo. Maybe.
Right. But that run game and defense just made up for all of it.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying Garoppolo isn't good. I'm not, but in a duel between Mahomes, straight up, the Niners lost. The Niners lost this year against the Seahawks when the Seahawks took a 2-score lead and the defense had to claw their way back. We figured that was a good chance at a trap game for them because we hadn't seen the Niners trail much, and the Seahawks proved it could be done. This is the epitomal offense. I can't think of a better offense to expose that's what Garoppolo is. They need to have the lead. And if they do not take the lead in this game, it's as good as over. If the Chiefs kick a frickin' field goal first, I'm confident in saying Chiefs win.
I doubt that, dude. The Niners would probably start off 17-0, and the Chiefs would be like, okay.
And then drop 50 on them.
And then just drop 50 on them. All in the third quarter.
I feel like it sounds like we're bashing on the Niners. I'm not. I respect what they did this year. I did not think them capable of doing it, and it was one of the things I was wrong about. But how can you go against the Chiefs right now?
It's just their year. You could just tell it's Patrick Mahomes' year.
The one thing against him is a Madden curse, and he may have broke it. He might be the first to do it. Honestly, final score, I don't even think it's 33 Chiefs, 21 Niners. Something like that. Niners can win. I'm not going to say it's not possible. Looking at all the matchups, the Chiefs take about damn near every edge, and then some. It's just...
I wouldn't say defensively.
Well, I guess what I meant by that was their defense managed to stop a good run game, which is what the Niners are proficient in.
Then I'm just really wondering how good Kyle Shanahan really is, because he's in a Super Bowl. He's got a really good freaking team.
28-3.
But he had
28-3. Yep. He was the mastermind behind 28-3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Andy Reid 28-3. Haven't seen it. Yeah.
Well, we'll see if he wins.
Yeah, I guess it comes down to that. Do you want to put a score out there? Maybe.
Chiefs 33,
Fuck you.
Niners 24.
Really? A field goal off of mine. You think?
33-24.
Okay, whatever. Apparently, we both think the Chiefs will score 33 points. But all in all, it was a great year. I mean, for some of it had its ups, its downs. I had fun. Next year, maybe my team won't suck. I'm optimistic.
Next year, maybe my team will win a fucking playoff game.
We can hope, can't we? Yeah. But on that note, I guess we'll see you for the Super Bowl recap. And, yeah.
See you.
Bye.